This is Poetic's Revolution case. Here we have a nice little case from Poetic. This is called the Revolution, let's see if we can find it here, Revolution Galaxy Tab S6 case in black. This retails for about £25 off Amazon.co.uk. It's a little cheaper than the official Samsung offerings, but promises a whole lot more. You see, this is a tough and rugged case for you to be able to take out on the job and be able to use your tablet wherever you happen to be without fearing for it to get destroyed in various different environments. Okay, so what you do, and the use of, so it's got a kickstand and it's got tough stuff around the outside. There's a QR code for an installation video as well if you fancy. I'll link to it below if I can. And you get a mystery gift. We love pictures of Poetic. Send us a picture of you rocking the Poetic case and we will send you a mystery gift as a token of our appreciation. That's a nice idea, actually. Yeah, cool. Alright, so yeah, that's what you get in there. And then you get the case, which has, it's got a bit like a protective plastic slinky thing around it for you to remove. It is plastic, but it's a more sensible way of packaging than some of the other methods we've seen of late. So having a quick look at the case itself, we have, it's kind of a rubbery plastic, and that's flexible. It's not, it's you can see there it bends with my finger, so it's a transparent plastic as opposed to glass or anything like that. So it does look like it's going to be quite durable so far. Whilst the presentation is quite nice, it does feel a wee bit cheap if you have a look at the close-up of the actual plastic and the I guess those would be grip pads if anything. But obviously you're not looking for a tablet case that is beautiful to the touch and things like that whenever you're taking it out to climb the Andes or something, or go on to a building site. To show off some specs that you're looking at. It's got all the cutouts that you would expect, and then round the back there's a kickstand obviously, and some rubber feet to protect it whenever you set it down, or to protect the surface of whatever it is. And also they look a wee bit like screws, so it's kind of a nice industrialization of it. So I guess the most important thing about it is putting the tablet inside and seeing how easy it is to do so. I guess we'll have to follow the installation guide. Insert a coin into the corner divot. Coins. I remember coins. They were back in the days of before banking applications and Google Pay. Okay, so we can pull that out using our fingernail, which is quite sturdy. I changed a sink the other day, so there's maybe a bit of filth underneath it. I do apologise. And yeah, that does feel flimsy on its own, so obviously it's not something you're going to want to keep knocking around on its own. We'll take the S6 out of there and place it. See if we get it the right way around. So we need the charge port to the bottom, and that just drops in like that. Feels a little loose if anything, but obviously this has some sides to it that it clicks in around it. Hopefully. Snap front casing onto tablet. Well, foam it says there, but okay, got it there. Just requires a bit of force to get it in. But once if you drop the tablet like that, that makes this side easier to put it into. So yeah, okay. Well, there we have it in a rather robust and tough case. It's obviously not waterproof. You can see the speakers through there. They're good cutouts for the speakers. Nothing up this side because there's no buttons on that side. At the top we have the cutouts for the speakers, and then for the microphone hole. Then around this side we have buttons that push through to activate the buttons underneath, and then the volume buttons as well, and the microphone hole there as well. Then down this end, and that's about that. We have a little rubber dust cover there to stop dust getting in the port, which is a very nice consideration. Obviously this is a bit exposed, but well, you can either have sound or you can't. Up here we have a small cutout for the front facing camera, plus the sensor. I'm guessing that's what that is again. And other than that, nothing else there. For the edging, there's a good amount of space for you to be able to hold it. You can see you don't infringe the edge of the screen at all whenever you're holding it, which is quite nice. The touch sensor does work. Might take a wee bit of going to get it to go, and the screen seems to work quite well. Yeah, okay. So round the back, there's no cover for this, which could be a possible problem. Even just something simple to flip over it would have been nice. I would actually go as far to maybe attach some sellotape there. See, there's almost like pinchers there to hold it in place. It's not going to come out too easily by accident, but there's just that cut out there that if it could happen, it's going to happen, I guess, might be a sensible way of looking at it. I don't know. I don't fancy going onto a building site with that so exposed. Obviously you have alarms built into the tablet, so if you were to drop it, you would be notified of it, but by that stage it could be too late if you're on a high rise and it falls all the way down to the bottom floor and gets run over by a cement mixer, which is just mixing up some cement, and it gets caught in there and then poured into the foundations. That's a possibility. But we have the stand, which is decent enough. It has, I'm guessing, a couple of, well, no, maybe just one level that it can stand at. Could we do it this way as well? You can. Ooh. Yes, that's why that goes so tight. It clicks into place, so you can put it like that. Nice one. I like that. Because if you're sitting on a train with this on your lap, that's not a great viewing angle if you're looking down at it, so being able to do that is just ideal. Yes, nice one. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it shows that. Maybe it doesn't. So yeah, it's a great idea to have. It's nice to have another option to be able to put your tablet in, because it is such a big, bulky thing that you are concerned about the toughness of. It's got a nice kind of industrial look to it. It's not entirely unfriendly. It's not totally cheap looking. It is a wee bit cheap looking. I think it's just the shiny plastics mixed with these little bits around here make it look a little bit tacky. But then it's £25, and £25 to protect a £600 tablet is nothing. It's a wee bit of a fiddle to maybe put your tablet inside it, but rest assured it's in there. It's really safe, and it's going to take a number of knocks. Dust will still get in, and I am concerned about the likes of dust getting in there and then under this screen protector, which could end up scratching the screen. But that's probably where this little extra ridge, I need a coin, where the extra ridge comes in, that might actually keep dust, whilst it might go in there, might not go up there. And you have the option of being able to listen to your media or play a presentation, whatever way you happen to be doing this. even if there was plugs that you could put in there, if you didn't need your speakers, if you knew you didn't need your speakers, you could throw in some optional plugs in the way that this works. But I keep hitting that button there on the back of the stylus, which is activating the screen, but not actually attached to it. So you could have the option of plugging those up, but I guess you could do that with just a bit of paper or something like that, or tissue. So yeah, it's a good, strong case. Nothing much to look at, but for the type of person that might be actually willing to put their gorgeous tablet into this to go on to a job site, or use it out in the tough ruggeds, or I was watching people beside the swimming pool yesterday walking around with their tablets in some kind of crazy uncomfortable looking case. Obviously it's one that's waterproof and drop proof. I imagine that there's some kind of nice impact zone there, so if you were to drop it like that, that does feel quite rubbery and spongy there. So it'll take a few drops, and this even sits out just a little bit below that, so if you were to drop it, it's still the corners that are taking the brunt of the fall. If it falls face down, obviously the screen is recessed by about 3 millimeters, 2 or 3 millimeters. So again, the corners take the brunt of it. The back is well and truly armoured, so we don't have to worry too much about that. But I'm guessing the S Pen will fall out if it was to fall from any significant height. And if it was to bounce, the S Pen would come away and slide in the opposite direction, perhaps. So yeah, there'll be a link in the notes down below if you're interested in picking up one of these up. 25 quid off Amazon. It doesn't seem to be a terribly huge amount to pay for the for the stress that this would release if you're walking around with your tablet. Certainly you wouldn't want to be on a building zone naked with the tablet naked. But yeah, it's a good looking tablet case, and I think I'm going to give it a wee whirl for a while to see how we fare. I've got a couple of other tablet cases in that I'm going to take a look at, but I'll maybe do a week each, and if there's anything particularly bad with them or problematic, then I'll let yous know. Other than that, give us a wee thumbs up if you fancy, hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Check out techaddicts.uk and also TalkSport for Inspect Your Gadget with yours truly. And other than that, take care.